All right, here we are at 6142 Lowlander. So kind of the same thing. We are just east of Powers here. It's one of those neighborhoods where they're a little closer together. So it's a little more dense. But you do have a flat driveway. You do have a little bit of cracking here. But for the most part, everything looks pretty good. Brick looks good. Siding looks good so far. I mean, a little bit of cracking here. All right, so we come in. So kind of a bi-level again. You've got a little bit of a landing here. You've got this, kind of that tongue and groove. It's not really hardwood, but it's got a hardwood veneer on it. And coming up, so they got it really nicely staged. But you got kind of this, it's like a grayish blue paint throughout. You do get a decent amount of light in here, natural light. It is a little bit smaller than some of the ones that we've been looking at. They've done a little bit of touch up here. The fridge, it's stainless, but it's seen better days. It's like someone scrubbed it in the wrong direction. If you go against the grain on the stainless steel, like especially if you have like an abrasive scrubber, you'll get those scratch marks. But a much more modern kitchen, you know, stainless appliances, all of them. I do kind of like the lighter wood. Looks pretty good. They've got the brushed nickel poles, so probably original cabinets that have been resurfaced. But what's here seems to be in pretty decent shape. Maybe just needs a cleaning. Again, Corian countertops. I really need to remember the name of this. But again, this is kind of a new thing right now. It's not soapstone, but it's something similar. Again, the only downside to that is it'll scratch a little bit if you beat it up with pots and pans. Oh, and I kind of like the deep window here in the kitchen. Vinyl windows. Looks like throughout. Pantry. Again, it's like the door was painted, but the inside was not. So I think a cleaning would go a long ways in there. And then out here you got a little deck. It looks like the deck is pretty new, or at least the boards are. These have been replaced pretty recently. So that's good. It feels super solid. And then you've got a little bit of a yard here. They do have that fake turf, which is kind of nice. It keeps it green all year. It's a good place for the dogs. You just kind of hose it down. So it's not a huge yard, but you know, it's enough to do some running around if you have a small dog, or at least be outside a little bit. Let's actually head down here. Again, all these steps are new. All the wood appears to be pretty new. And then let's go around. I just want to look at the joists. So this is probably what it was originally, this older decking. But the joists, maybe not brand new, but not bad. You can see they've sistered this one up a little bit. Like you got the little notch here, so they've sistered it, which is pretty common, and it's kind of an acceptable fix. And then you can kind of see where some of the old deck was too. It's not bad. Little concrete patio down here. You could have like a barbecue or a little table and chairs. So continuing the main level, or the upper level, you've got a full bath here, a full hall bath. So you do have a stone countertop here. I would imagine that's granite. Oak cabinets, but they appear to be pretty decent. Those actually look really good. And then shower with the glass doors and the brushed nickel. An older tile, but it looks to be in pretty good shape for the most part. And there's a little bit of gunk in the corner, and then the soap holder isn't very clean, but like I said, I've got a really good cleaning crew, and I can get them in here and do a cleaning if need be, or wherever, not necessarily here, but wherever we end up. Carpet in here, a little bit older, but seems to be in decent enough shape. 6-panel doors on the closet, vinyl window. The more modern trim, that thick white stuff is what's super in right now. And then peek inside the closet. And then continuing down the hall. Linen closet, probably leftovers from COVID when we were all hoarding toilet paper. Let's see, and then you got 2 rooms at the end here. So good sized room here, I would imagine. Yeah, so this is the master bedroom. You've got 2 windows that face the front and the street. So a pretty good sized room. And then you've got the attached bathroom with gray tile floor, a newer vanity. Toilet looks pretty clean. Always love a good storage shelf on top of the toilet. And then at some point they've upgraded the tile in here. It's kind of almost like a rose color, like this. It's not showing up on the, I'm looking at the screen. It doesn't look like this. It's more red. It's got like a red tint to it. But it looks really well done. Everything looks super tidy and clean and looks great. Oh, master closet. Pretty good sized closet considering the size of the house. Yeah, it's not the biggest house, but they use the space really well. Is this a fold-out ironing board? Yes, love these. It's weird to see that in a house like this. I wonder if the owner added that. Because I mean, that's something from like the 50s and 60s and 70s. So in a house this new, I wonder if someone added that just because they loved it. I know I do. Another room here that they've kind of got staged as an office, but this is a bedroom. Yeah. Again, that thick trim. So that's probably installed pretty recently because that's more of a new thing, maybe within the last like 3 or 4 years. So at some point they came in here and replaced all the trim. And again, it's a little bit dirty, but I think a cleaning would make it look a whole lot better. So again, kind of a smaller house, but the space is really well used and everything seems to be in pretty good shape. I think this was pretty well taken care of. So downstairs, kind of the same thing. The carpet's maybe a little bit older, but it's not bad. It's not really beat up. Oh, and this is kind of interesting. So there's no lights in the ceiling. So you've got these switches here. I'm guessing 1 or more of these outlets are switched outlets. So you're basically just on lamplight down here. But this is a good sized little family room. They've got the gas fireplace. They've got a more modern tile surround. Vinyl windows down here. Again, it's kind of more of a garden level. You're not really a true basement because you're mostly above grade here. And then your laundry room is down here. Washer and dryer are included. Love to see it. And these, well, never mind. You've got the vents here. I was going to say these should be like a louvered door to let air in, but you've got the vents there, so this is fine. Well, there's one light down here. So, furnace, probably original, and it looks to be pretty clean, and the filter looks newer just from here. You got your water main, water heater from 2020, so just a couple of years old. It's a little tight in here, smaller cabinet, but not a big deal. I mean, if you ever had to replace the water heater, which they did, it might just be a pain for the plumber, but it's a real plumber problem. But everything looks good in there. Don't seem to see any issues that I can tell just from looking. And then garage here. Oh. Deceptively big garage too. So you got a lot of extra space over here. So I mean, if you remove the benches and maybe had these elsewhere, you could park your car kind of diagonally in here and for sure get 2 cars in here. So this is nice. Oh, and then a little extra storage over here. Get your electric panel. some kind of vent. So at some point they had a like a space heater in here, and they're venting it outside. Yeah, so they had the thermostat for the space heater, but they ripped out the heater. But yeah. Oh, and yeah, so it's a gas heater. So they ran gas from the main line over here to use the heater. Interesting. But yeah, cool little spot. Again, kind of smaller, but really good use of the space. I think it's really livable. It feels super functional. They didn't waste a lot of space. Not a bad little house. So that is, oh God, I can't remember where we're at. the YouTube, oh, there's a bathroom down here. So a half bath. Lowlander. Jeez, we're on Lowlander. We got there. We've looked at a lot of houses here. And this is a newer vanity with a granite countertop. Everything looks to be pretty decent. So yep, that's Lowlander. Let me know if you have questions about this one.